Hey everybody, it's Sarah. I'm going to show you how to do some basic slab rolling today from home using just wooden dowels and a rolling pin. So stay tuned. All right everybody, it's me. I'm back. So I figured I better start by showing you guys how to wedge clay. I'm guessing that a lot of you might have some clay that got botched up at home or that you could reconstitute with a little water. There's definitely a clay shortage right now since Marjan's closed down indefinitely, since they weren't considered an essential service. So I know you don't have a wedging table at home probably, but if you have a piece of canvas or a piece of drywall, even a piece of concrete, if you go out on your patio and you got concrete out there, just clean it off, and concrete makes a great place to wedge on. So I'm going to show you a spiral wedging technique. It's how I learned. And you want to take a piece of clay that's manageable. If you're not real strong, I wouldn't try to do a piece of clay this big. This is pretty big even for me. My wrists end up getting tired. But you're going to need to do about 75 motions to make sure that you get your clay completely wedged and all the air out and get the moisture redistributed. So I use my strong right hand to do the spiral motion, and I'm using my left hand to do the cupping and kind of direct angling motion, so it'll start putting it into that spiral shape. So as I'm doing it, you can see I'm pushing down with my strong hand, and every time I push against here, air bubbles are getting worked out on the bottom here. So, and I cup and move, and you got to do about 75 of these motions, and it really helps if you have a much stronger table than this flimsy picnic table I got, because you really want to put all your weight into it. But you can kind of see already that it's going to start swirling. So I'm cupping and twisting, pushing down with each motion. And I'm just doing about 1/8 of a turn every time I do this twisting motion. And so you do that about 75 times, and you keep just angling it about 1/8 of a twist to make sure you're getting all that surface area wedged into your spiral, and it'll start looking like a seashell for you. I think I hate this piece of canvas. I'm just going to use the drywall board. Let's see if that's any better. There we go. I have a big oak table that I haven't moved out here yet. I was going to cover it with canvas and use that for my wedging table. But for now, let's pretend I did 75 motions. And one way to kind of test how good you are at wedging is take your wire, cut it in half, and let's see if there's any air pockets. And look, no air pockets. So I think I had already wedged this partially before this demo. So yay, teacher knows what she's doing. All right, so I'm going to show you guys how to do a quick slab without the luxury of a slab roller. Those things cost about $900, so I'm sure you guys can't wait till we can get back and use the school slab roller. But for now, I got my piece of clay, and if I want it to be in a slab, I want to kind of do half the work for me already where I get it into that shape, right? The other thing you can do if you don't really have strong hands is you can just slam it. Oh, there goes my flowers. Slam it up against a piece of concrete just to start flattening it out. All right, so what I did is I went to Home Depot and I bought a couple of these wooden dowels, and I think this one says it's 5/8 of an inch, so this is a much thicker slab than what you would need. I think you have heard me say more than once or twice that my perfect slab that I like to use is 3/8 of an inch. So you can see here, this is a 3/8 of an inch dowel. I'm gonna use these bigger ones to kind of be my initial guide, and then I'm going to use this as my final guide. I got my handy dandy rolling pin. Hopefully you guys have a rolling pin at home. That's something you should be able to even order online still. So I'm going to set these up, and what I want to do is I want to make sure that these aren't beyond the width of my rolling pin, right? Because if they're way out here, you're going to end up getting your wedges and it doesn't do any good. But if I keep it here within the width of my rolling pin, when I roll, I can't go any lower than 5/8 of an inch, right? All right, so I got my first 5/8. Now I'm gonna go down to 3/8 of an inch. And I'm gonna go, I want this to be a longer slab than square slab. So I'm gonna go and keep pushing it out. And what these dowels do is they keep me from being able to go any lower than 3/8 of an inch. And I want to use even pressure. All right, so this is a perfect size slab now for me to be able to work and carve, and it's still not going to be too thick. And if you can see right here, I have a little air hole that I guess I didn't wedge out, bad teacher. So you can take your fingernail or you can take your pen tool and just pop it and then smooth it out. Now, hopefully you guys have these blue kidneys, the ribs. If you don't have those, you can use the back side of a credit card. And what we want to do is we want to smooth this out. And what am I doing when I'm doing this? I'm compressing the clay even further, right? I'm going to make it that much stronger. It'll be able to withstand warping a little better and cracking. I'm going to flip it over. And I'm going to do the same thing here. And you can see all this ugliness on this side. So again, I want to compress, compress, compress. And this is just using the back side of a credit card. All right, so I don't know what I'm going to do with this slab yet. I think I'm going to carve one of my animals in it, maybe an Easter bunny or something for you guys. Again, when your edges get a little yucky, you can take your sponge. If you are wanting to cut a straight slab to make maybe a mug, these make a great straight edge. And just have your pin tool ready to cut. Hold on. All right, so I can cut a straight edge. Make your cuts. And actually what I want to do, I'm going to make this a 45-degree cut right here because I want to join this up. And so how am I going to make this 45-degree cut? I'm going to go the same direction. See, my pen tool is pointed this way, so on this side it's going to go the same way. That gives me a better surface area to connect this to when I'm ready to wrap it around and connect it. So now I would roll out another slab and I can score and slip this together. Pretend I got my little thing of slip here, and then I can attach it. Now I've got a little vase or a mug. So that's one way to skin a cat. If you don't have a slab roller, do a little better job than your teacher, of course. She's not great under camera pressure. But there you go, you got yourself a vase. And now you can, since mine didn't come out real evenly, I can just pinch it and make it organic. I can tear the edges a little bit. Now I've got myself a piece of art. And because this clay was pretty darn wet when I joined it, I'm just luting it together with my fingers on the inside and outside. It's always better to score and slip, but I'm pretty sure that this would probably stick together if I keep it just like this, because this clay is really nice and wet. I'm just gonna tap it down so it's nice and even and would sit nice. And so now it's just gonna be like the beginning of one of my little bud vases here, my aspen tree one. So something you guys hopefully can do from home. I have a little bit of clay on hand. I raced down to Marjan's before they closed. If anybody needs anything, let me know. I'll try to ration it out. We really are gonna have to ration it, but give me a call. I'll be sending out a schedule. I think the dean's gonna loosen up her rules about dropping off and picking up in the very upcoming future. So stay well, everybody. Love ya. Talk to you later. Hey everybody, it's Sarah. I miss you guys. I'm here in my studio and I wanted to give you a quick look around. I know a lot of you were interested in what I was working on. I'm hoping to be able to set up a spot to just do some different filming for you guys, do some quick tutorials. It's kind of my worst nightmare, so bear with me. I seem to stumble and fumble a lot and breathe really deeply because it's allergy season and I just sound like a hot mess, like a walking coronavirus myself, but it's just allergies. It's not good if you have allergies. It just makes you paranoid and confused all the time. But I hope you guys are all surviving and staying healthy. I miss you all a lot. So let me show you around the studio for a bit here. I'll turn it around. So up here is where I'm going to have my little painting area. Hope to do some painting tutorials and just do some time-lapse painting and put it on the web, either on Facebook or Instagram or my website, or on YouTube, and send links to anybody that's interested. This is my latest oil painting that I've been working on. Didn't get much of a chance to work on it at home with my crazy kiddos being home, but now that I have a socially distanced studio I can run to, I'm hoping to get some more work done in both painting and pottery. I found some really cute vintage boxes and soda bottle holders and things for holding my paints and my brushes. I think you guys saw me working on those aspen vases. Those are all out of the kiln and ready to go. Over here, I'm gonna have, you can kind of see the wheel behind those chairs. I got one wheel set up already. I love that these shelves are already here so you can put your tools there. Back in that back corner, I'll probably put another wheel. See if you can see it back there. Got my slab roller in here so we can roll out slabs. I got one table set up. I've got extra tables and chairs, so if we are able to ever get back together, we can all hopefully just come together and have a lot of fun. Maybe since it's not at the college, we can bring some food and wine and do some pottery. So I got a couple corners here where I haven't filled them yet. Maybe another wheel over here. This back room is where it gets to be the messy side of pottery. Right now it's a total mess because I haven't unpacked everything that I need to unpack. I'm excited about this big kiln that I've got my hands on, thanks to David. It's bigger than the one actually at the college, so I should be able to fire a bunch of stuff. I've had some contractor guys here working. We laid a big concrete pad, and so we'll be able to plug it in right here. We're gonna build a big kiln shelf, not kiln shelf, kiln shed, and keep it covered and stuff, but just a nice area to be out in the sunshine and make some glazes and things. Again, don't mind the mess. Because we are all gonna be working from home for a while, I'll probably be doing a bunch of demos on how to brush on glazes rather than dipping them. There's some different tricks to the trade that we can do. So just make sure I have everybody's email. If you're on Facebook, make sure to follow Rim Country Pottery, because I'll do some Facebook Live things that are a little less edited, but hopefully still a lot of fun. I hope to see everybody soon. I can't wait. Everybody that was looking at that eagle that I was carving a while ago, here's the relief of it. I just added a little underglaze. It hasn't gone in the kiln yet for the first firing. After I fire it, I will add some stain and some glaze to it. And then I've got my wooden dowels. I'm going to show you guys how to roll out some slabs using just a rolling pin and then these different square dowels that will, that way you have an even slab at the width that you know you need. So stay tuned for that tutorial. Hopefully I'll have that finished up tonight and edited and make it a little bit prettier. These are some of my paintings that I've done throughout my life. Anyways, everybody stay well. Make sure I have your email, or make sure you follow me on Facebook, Rim Country Pottery and Trace Raleigh Studios. Love y'all. I'll talk to you soon.